the victim taken to the hospital with critical injuries to the head, where he later passed away.
Shalom, y'all, and welcome. So, this is just a Christmas warning. And for those of you who know me, you know I don't celebrate Christmas. So, I must have a love for people if I'm doing this story.
Welcome to ReligionWinked TV, where my spiritual ears stay.
I know many of you, like hosts, celebrate Christmas. You like to decorate your lights inside, outside, Christmas trees in every room, Santa Clauses, reindeers, stop signs in front of your house, welcoming in Santa. Well, unfortunately for Jose Celis, when he was in the Yuletide carol and singing of it all, he was outside basically decorating his home, and two guys got out of their car and assaulted him. Now, this happened in the 3500 block of 58th Street, and the neighbor, Nodell, Silverio Nodell, basically said, hey, you know what? We saw the ambulance down the street, but we didn't know what was going on. Little did he know his neighbor was being assaulted. And this is what happened to Jose the day he was outside decorating his home for Christmas.
The little kids without their parent for Christmas, without their father, is it's a big shock.
A festive tradition for one Gage Park family, ending in heartache.
He was setting all the Christmas decorations with his family, and just out of the blue they come.
Jose Tellez was putting up holiday lights on his home when police say two people drove up in a sedan, hopping out armed with blunt objects, beating the 49-year-old in the head and leaving him clinging to life on his front lawn.
We saw the ambulance at the end of the street, and I thought maybe one of the neighbors was sick.
But it was much worse. It happened Saturday evening around 6:30 on 58th Street near St. Louis Avenue. The victim taken to the hospital with critical injuries to the head, where he later passed away.
I believe he worked in gardening. He's a hard-working man. He came here to, give the best to his family, and this thing happens.
A husband, father, and community leader on his street for well over a decade, who neighbors say helped to organize block parties.
Había comentado que él va a poner cámaras.
Those same neighbors gathering down the street from his home with a plan to protect their block, the beginnings of their own neighborhood watch.
Three of them mentioned they were going to put security cameras around their homes,
in hopes to keep another senseless act of violence from hitting close to home again.
And obviously that's because nobody feels secure.
Fellow neighbors also coming together to raise funds for the victim's family. Police have not commented on any suspects or arrests or a motive behind the attack.
Mr. Jose, that would be Jose Tellez. He was hanging up holiday decorations with his family when he was attacked. Mr. Nodell goes on to say he was hanging up the Christmas decorations with his family, and just out of the blue, they come, said the family friend, a longtime neighbor. Tellez was just hanging lights at his home in the 3500 block of West 58th Street around 6:30 p.m. when police said two people drove up in a sedan with blunt objects. They got out of the car and beat the 49-year-old in the head, leaving him clinging to life in front of his front lawn, and he went on to lose his life eventually. We saw the ambulance on the front end of the street. I thought maybe one of the neighbors was sick. That's what Nodell said. He never had an idea that his neighbor was being beaten or had been beaten. Tellez was taken to Christ Hospital in critical condition with head injuries, where he later died. He was a husband, a father, a community leader on his street for well over a decade. He was much beloved by the neighbors and friends and family, Andy helped organize block parties. Sunday night, his neighbors gathered down the street from his house with a plan to protect the block. Y'all saw those guys gathering. They were talking about how they were going to put cameras and stuff so it don't happen again. No one knows if this was an isolated case or just random people going around knocking people in the head for Christmas, talking about ho, 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 in the name of Jesus. It's the season for the beating. Are these people crazy? For the love of God, if people want to celebrate this paganistic holiday, let them go ahead and do it, people. You don't got no business knocking nobody in the damn head. Now, if there's something else going on with this case, because most people hanging up decorations just don't get clocked upside the head, beaten real bad unto death. Like, this is nonsense here. So the beginnings of their own neighborhood, watching hopes of preventing more senseless acts of violence. So they're gonna plan to protect their neighborhood. And sometimes we can't wait till something like this to happen for us to get back to protecting what's rightfully ours, right? Fellow neighbors are also coming together to raise funds for Tellez family. May God be with them and keep them and give them courage to get through this. And Christmas will never be the same for this family. An investigation by an Area 1 detectives is ongoing. No one is currently in custody, and police have not said what the motive for the attack was. I can only imagine. What do you guys think about this crazy story? Do you celebrate Christmas? Do you decorate for Christmas? Have you ever been attacked decorating in the process for Christmas? Do you know anyone who has? What do you think was going on with Mr. Tellez and him being attacked outside of his home? Which seems like a pretty decent neighborhood, right? But for the most part, we have a Chicago man beaten to death while hanging holiday lights in Gage Park. And I'm telling you, some of the stories we're hearing in the news is really unheard of, very strange, very wicked, and also demonic. And with that being said, let me know what you think about this story down below, guys. Shalom, have a good day, and God bless you. Thank you. Looking for some information about the originality of Christmas. Now, I know we're talking about the death of Jose Tellez, but a lot of this unexplained wickedness that happens around the birth of Jesus and all this other stories we've been hearing out here has a lot to do with Rome. All roads of wickedness seem to be leading back to Rome. Now, before I give you my commentary or give you my summarization or closing, my final words and thoughts on Mr. Jose and what happened to him, please let me take you over to Dutch some dang on where. Because this is where the festivities of Christmas and the Santa Claus kind of originate from. And again, all roads lead to Rome at the end of the day, okay? So the festivities traditionally begin each year in mid-November, the first Saturday after the 11th of November, when Santa Claus arrives by steamboat at a designated seaside town, supposedly from Spain. In the Netherlands, he takes places in different ports each year, whereas Belgium, it always takes place near the city of Antwerp. Whatever that is, y'all. I read something about prostitution, okay? He used to give the people, uh, 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 um, hold on, y'all. I don't want that. Get out. Close up. No, we don't want that. Mm-mm. I'll give. Oh, there we go. All right, where was the prostitution? Lord have mercy. Okay, right here. Y'all see where it says Zwarte Piet? Santa Claus is assisted by Zwarte Piet, Black Pete, A helper dressed in Moorish attire and in blackface, y'all. Zwarte Piet first appeared in print as the nameless servant of St. Nicholas. In St. Nicholas and his servant, published in 1850 by Amsterdam schoolteacher Jan Schneckman. However, the tradition appears to date back at least 19th century. Zwarte Piet's colorful dresses based on 1600 noble attire with a rough lace collar and a feather cap. He is typically depicted carrying a bag which contains candy for the children. These perverts, right? Which he tosses around, a tradition supposedly originating in the story of St. Nicholas saving 3 young girls from prostitution by tossing golden coins through their window at night to pay their dowries. Now, dowries, let me look it up for you. Dowries mean debt collectors, pimps. I don't know. We about to see, okay? Property or money brought by a bride to her husband on their marriage. Kind of remind me of the Christian dang on church. Married to Jesus. What that damn definition just said? Property or money brought by a bride to her husband on their marriage. Church, ain't you the bride of Jesus? And every time you say the Lord's Prayer, honey, and pay your tithes, it's dowry, baby. Dowry. I told you. So anyway, look, listen, y'all. Traditionally, he would also carry a birch rod, a chimney sweep broom made of willow branches used to spank children who had been naughty. Some of the older Santa Claus songs make mention of naughty children being put in Zwarte Pete's bag and being taken back to Spain in Jeffrey Epstein's island, in the basement of the Vatican, and wherever the hell else they want to put our children, right? What gives them this right? But you celebrate the paganistic of it all, y'all. That's why bad things are happening to good people like Mr. Jose Tellez, allegedly. I don't know how good he is because it doesn't seem like people just go around knocking people in the head during the reason for the season or Jesus is the season. It just don't make sense, y'all. Something might have been going deeper on, or maybe they just felt like getting out, knocking up somebody upside the head and taking their life based off of Christmas and this wickedness. It's in the earth, y'all. They take the children back to Spain after they throw the kids candy. Don't we tell us, our children, don't take candy from strangers? And this is what they do. They lure the kids in. This part of the legend refers to the times that the Moors raided Europe and as far as Iceland to abduct the local people into slavery. You hear this, y'all. This is your Wikipedia. I'm going to put a link here, okay? This quality can be found in other companions of St. Nicholas, such as Krampus and Pere Fotar. Pere Fotar. In modern versions of Santa Claus feast, however, Zwarte Piet no longer carries the role, and children are no longer told that they will be taken back to Spain in Zwarte Piet's bag if they have been naughty. Nah. You just come up missing walking to school one day. Nah. You just come up missing when you hang out with Hillary Clinton, allegedly. These people are crazy. So I want you guys to hear now about this festivity where they put all of the shoes near the fireplace and the coal fire stove. And when Santa Claus comes through, they fill their shoes with poems and stuff for Santa Claus, sugar cubes for the horses, legend says. And in return, Listen to this, y'all. In the weeks between his arrival, December 5th, Santa Claus, not December 25th, y'all. Why was it moved for the Americans to the 25th? Listen to me, y'all. So he would visit schools, hospitals, and shopping centers. He is said to ride his white gray horse over the rooftops at night, delivering gifts through the chimney. And we all know projects in most urban homes and inner cities don't have no damn chimney. To the well-behaved children, traditionally naughty children risk being caught by Black Pete. You see how they do the kids of the world? They still doing them like this, y'all. And tell you, ho, 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 let your child sit on my lap. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put them in this bag of toys and give them to St. Pete if they don't. And wonder why most of our women on the strip pole today. Because Christmas is based on saving 3 little girls who they said was prostituting, y'all. So, traditionally, those naughty kids are at risk of being caught by Black Pete with a black face, who carried a jute bag and a willow cane for that purpose, the rod of iron and staff of judgment. Before going to bed, the children put their shoes next to the fireplace, chimney of the coal fire stove, or fireplace, or in modern times, close to the central heating radiator. They leave the shoe with a carrot or some hay in it in a bowl of water nearby for Santa Claus's horse. And the children sing a Santa Claus song. The next day, they find some candy or a small present in their shoes. Now in your stockings. Ho, ho, ho. Typical Santa Claus treats traditionally include mandarin oranges, pepemotin, speculas, sometimes filled with almond paste, banquelete, pastry filled with almond paste, or a chocolate letter, the first letter of the child's name made out of chocolate coins, animal-shaped figures made of sugary confection, and the marzipan figures. Never treats include gingerbread biscuits or any of the figurines of Santa Claus made of chocolate and wrapped in colored aluminum foil. So, y'all, it goes on to say St. Nicholas Eve and St. Nicholas Day. In the Netherlands, St. Nicholas Eve, December 5th. So it's something with December 5th, y'all. Why we celebrate the 25th became the chief occasion for gift giving during the winter holiday season. And there's something with the winter solstice as well that goes along with this whole Christmas. And the evening is called Santa Claus Wanda, Santa Claus evening. On the evening of December 5th, parents, family, friends, or acquaintances pretend to act on behalf of Santa Claus or his helpers and fool the children and what? Fool the children. Fool the children. Here we go. Fooling children, damn it again. When we stop fooling the children, maybe this world would be a little better place to live, okay? Fooling the dang on children into thinking that Santa Claus has really given them presents. And I had to tell my daughter and keep it real with her, I'm not here to fool you or deceive you. I am not Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Saint Nick, Satan, all one and the damn same. I'm not that person. It's the Spirit of God, the Word of God, hard work that I can go out and buy you a gift, okay? Catch that on fleek. So anyway, this may be done through a note that is found explaining where the presents are hidden as though Zwarte Piet, visited them and left a burlap sack of presents with them. I wouldn't take no presents from these people. No, thank you. Sometimes a neighbor will knock on the door pretending to be Zwarte Piet and leave the sack outside for the children to retrieve. This varies per family. So Christmas wasn't the same for everybody, right? When the presents arrive, the living room is decked out with them, much as a Christmas day in English-speaking countries. On December 6th, Santa Claus departs without any ado, and all festivities are over.
ReligionWinked TV, where my spiritual ears stay.
As it is for Jose Tellez, who lost his life ushering in the Christmas season, outside decorating, 'tis the seasons, fa la 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 la. Only for two criminals, wicked people, come up on his lawn, knock him in the head a couple times. He goes to the hospital of Christ, where he is later pronounced dead. Can y'all help me make some sense of this, please?